What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I'm going to show you what these two crankbaits do. These are DT6 and DT4 D dives T2 6-4 feet. Now, I don't fish this bait in 6 feet of water this time of year, and I definitely don't fish this bait in 4 feet of water this time of year. So I want to dive into that because I did get a question on what baits I like in these colder months, what's my cranking setup, all that. So I'm going to go into what you'll probably hear in most cold water videos is tight wobbling, little action, balsa, baits that just move really slow in that colder water. And I think that really works all times of the year. I think on days when it gets really tough, subtle, less action yields more bites. It doesn't matter if you're dragging a worm or throwing a crankbait, downsizing and fishing slow. And when I say slow, I mean sometimes not moving the bait at all for 20, 30 seconds gets bites on days when nothing else will. I've fished a lot of those high pressure tournaments, and that has been key to getting a few fish in the boat. So DT6, this is great in that 3 to 4 foot range this time of year because you want to reel it real slow. Now, you throw it out real long casts, you throw it on 12-pound test and wind it really fast, you will get it down to 6 feet. But I like to keep it in that 3 to 4 because that's typically where I'm fishing this time of year. And I'm just going to slow roll it. I'm almost reeling it the same speed I would my spinnerbait, my chatterbait, my square bill, and I'm keeping it in the exact same depth range. Now the DT4, again, I'm not making a long cast and reeling it real fast. I'm throwing this up in like 2 feet or less. So this time of year, just take whatever your size crankbait is, minus a couple feet from your maximum depth, and that's where I'm going to fish it because I'm reeling that bait real slow. I'm still going to keep it on 12-pound test, but I'm just going to be slow rolling. So those are the baits. Now, back to the myth that I consider tight wobbling baits in cold water is the wiggle wart. Now, that is one of the greatest cold water crankbaits of all time. And it is one of the most vibrant, crazy crankbaits that is on the market. Now, I like that crankbait a lot when the water's up in the mid-50s. And a lot changes from high 40s to mid-50s. I mean, mid-50s, every bait comes alive. The chatterbait becomes one of the best baits you can throw. A spinnerbait seems like is just dominant in that water temp. Everything is starting to move along. Spring is getting further along. More fish are coming to the bait, so you have more fish competing for the bait, and that is just wide open feeding frenzy. When the water's in the 40s, they don't have to bite. It's a lot different. So yeah, a lot of times you are going with that subtle action because you do need to get just one more fish. You do need to grind out just a couple more bites in a few hours. So you go to that subtle action, but don't stray too far away from those really crazy big baits this time of year too, because on a lake like Guntersville, you better be throwing a 2.5 if the fishing's good. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the water.